My dear students, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, and let me welcome you to another exciting session on knowledge management, session number 9. जरा रिकॉल कीजिए पिछले सेशन में कि क्या नई चीजें आपने लर्न की और फिर उस लर्निंग के बाद आपके नॉलेज लेवल में क्या एनहांसमेंट हुई. May it be regarded to the know-how process, may it be regarded to the knowledge itself, or maybe how to manage something which is intangible. और फिर नॉलेज मैनेजमेंट के पर्सपेक्टिव के अंदर कि किस तरह से वो नॉलेज जो डिसीजन मेकिंग प्रोसेस में जा रहा है, वो नॉलेज जो मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटजी प्लान करते हुए, मार्केट के बारे में प्लान करते हुए आप यूज कर रहे हैं, वो नॉलेज जो कस्टमर को रिलेट करते हुए कस्टमर को सेटिस्फाई करने में यूज हो रहा है, वो नॉलेज जो ऑपरेशन फ्लोर पर प्रोडक्ट की क्वालिटी के पर्सपेक्टिव में या सर्विस की क्वालिटी के पर्सपेक्टिव में उस मेल या फीमेल वर्कर के ब्रेन पावर के तौर पर उसके हाथों की एफिशिएंसी कुछ इस तरह से सामने आ रही है कि एवरी प्रोडक्ट इज ए क्वालिटी प्रोडक्ट. इस पर्सपेक्टिव में हमने ये लर्न किया कि प्रोडक्ट की क्वालिटी प्रोसेस की क्वालिटी पर डिपेंड करती है और प्रोसेस की क्वालिटी को इनोवेट करने के लिए, रिफाइन करने के लिए नो हाउ इज रिक्वायर्ड एंड दिस इज द नो हाउ ऑफ द प्रोसेस ओनर, the one who is handling the process. And naturally, when the product coming out of this process would satisfy the customer, that information will also come as a loyalty, higher loyalty towards the organization. So the whole game of business is on the basis of collecting the data from the market, from the product function, from the customer, from the supplier, from the competitors, from the vendors, across the globe, inside the country. How to do it now, how we will do it tomorrow, how we will do it 5 years from now. And then accordingly, increasing or changing the level of competencies of the workforce which is there in the organization. So people and process along with the technology has to be those elements of knowledge management. क्या मैंने कहा? Elements of knowledge management. People, process and technology. But the first part is the people. Knowledge workers, employees, process experts. और उनके knowledge को भी फिर हमने उनकी कॉम्पिटेंसीज को भी, उनकी एक्सपर्टीज को भी लास्ट सेशन के लास्ट पार्ट के अंदर मैंने ये कहा था कि थ्रू ट्रेनिंग, रिमेंबर आई आस्क्ड यू अ क्वेश्चन, हाउ वुड यू सेंड देम फॉर ट्रेनिंग, हाउ वुड यू थ्रू ट्रेनिंग एंड लर्निंग विल add those competencies, will ask them to acquire those competencies that they are ready to face the challenge of future. तो आइए फिर इस ट्रायो को, डेटा, इंफॉर्मेशन एंड नॉलेज को देखें कैसे आपस में ये इंटर रिलेटेड है एंड हाउ इट एड्स टू द विजडम ऑफ द पर्सन एंड टू द विजडम ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. बट माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, choice is with you. What is your attitude and what is your plan? And remember, both of them, attitude and plan, is up here in your brain. How you think towards the future and how you plan for the future at the personal level. And if you are the boss, then how are you planning for your subordinates, for your team? And if at the individual level, what is your attitude and plan for your future, for the career development? And if you are the responsible for the organization, a CEO or COO or CIO or CFO, I used to call them C-level managers. That's what they have to do, plan for future. So they not only survive, rather they thrive. So here we have a choice. And knowledge provides you with many choices. One choice is that you become a lifelong learner. And I'll share with you what does that mean. It's a cyclic way of learning. That's more natural. Remember, winter comes, then comes summer, followed by fall, and there is spring. Winter, spring, summer, and fall. Then comes winter. Cycle is completed. That's what we are bringing, the attitude of learning in life. Lifelong learning. Let us learn something which is required 5 years from now, which is required for next year, which is required for 10 years from now. How long can you make a plan? That's a strategic plan. And strategic plan, those companies which have strategic plan, those individuals which have strategic plan, they get better market value. या दूसरा choice ये है कि नहीं साहब, school to work. We are in the university, we are in the school, we have learned enough, we will go to work, we will enjoy life. And then let me share with you, I've seen many people in Australia and in the United States worried. Many of them PhDs. My dear students, PhD, worried how the things are changing and we might be out of the job because of the knowledge-based developments, because of the developments in the global markets. So those who are ready to learn new techniques and new methodologies and new discipline of knowledge to be comfortable with the market, to be in the job, the lifelong learning attitude. Choice is yours. I leave it to you. Let's take a look. School to work. Linear model hai. We went to school to study, and from school or university or college, we will go to work. Continue working until we retire. And then at the age of retirement, we retire from everything. It looks like as if we are not useful component of society. Our skill set is no longer in demand in the market. Or maybe the skill set is old, nobody needs it. This discipline of knowledge, this skill set, this competency is no longer required. Here is a second model, second choice. The first model was school to work. To increase your personal capital, you went to school. Here you are in the work, working in the organization, and then retire. This is a second choice. Of course, you learn and you earn as part of the job, part of the work. You deliver your services, you deliver your competencies, you deliver your expertise, you earn. You earn respect, you earn salary, you earn benefit, you earn reward. And so does the company you work for. But here comes the concept of learning organization. Let us unlearn that discipline of knowledge, that type of skill set, which is no longer required in the market. Or let us learn something new which is required in the market. अच्छा, लर्निंग पर कोई पाबंदी तो नहीं है ना, कोई एज की भी इसमें कंपल्शन नहीं है. इसलिए प्रोफेसर पीटर संजय का जो कॉन्सेप्ट है लर्निंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का, कि एवरीबॉडी इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन रिगार्डलेस ऑफ देयर एज, if they have the attitude to be a lifelong learner, that organization will always survive and thrive. You learn, you adapt. You learn, you become flexible. You learn, you become market oriented. And then, how about that person who has a command over market planning, a good command over marketing strategies, a very good relationship builder, an excellent communicator, and he also knows how to sing a song. Kitni expertise ho gayi? He's always in demand. So in other words, you unlearn and then you research what is required to be learned, and then you start earning again. you are always in business. Those companies who learn from the market, who learn from the customers, who listen to the voice of the customer, who try to satisfy whatever their customers require. So they would unlearn कि जी ये तो unlearn यही होगा ना कि ये प्रोडक्ट तो आज से 5 साल पहले हॉट केक की तरह से बिकता था. हमारे गारमेंट्स जो है वो पूरे दुनिया के अंदर we were being appreciated. Well, yes, let us unlearn now that there are competitors who might give and compete with you on cost, who might compete with you on speed, who might compete with you on quality. So if you do not learn this, then I'm sorry, a day will come, the customer will walk away, no more export orders, and you have to ask your employees to go home and close the door. You did not listen to the information which was given to you a year ago, 2 years ago, so that you could plan for the future. And when you plan for the future, maybe you will learn new competency set. Maybe you will bring some new technology. देखिए ना, अगर हैंड स्टिच फुटबॉल की बजाय मशीन स्टिच फुटबॉल उसी क्वालिटी का मिलने लगा है और हमने अपनी टेक्नोलॉजी को अपग्रेड नहीं किया, तो आई एम सॉरी, वी नीड टू बी सॉरी. That's all we can do. But didn't we know that a country very near to us is thinking and innovating the similar stitch style? Looks like a hand stitch in football, and it was $1 million and $1 billion business. We did not simply listen to it. We were not well informed. Well informed kaun hoga? Knowledgeable person. And that is what we are saying here, that we need to keep on unlearning and relearning so we keep on earning. इसका मतलब ये होगा कि इंडिविजुअल लेवल पर भी, डिपार्टमेंटल लेवल पर भी और ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल लेवल पर भी, and let me say at the country level as well. Remember when we speak of OECD countries? We hear about G3 and G8 and G32 countries. Countries getting together with common agenda. See how to unlearn things and relearn to face the world. That is the way to go. Because when you're talking about free economy, free market, you have to give this right to the customer that he or she would choose wherever he or she can get a good course, a better course, a cheaper price, and at a faster speed. अच्छा तो नहीं लगता ना कि जब आप कोई चीज डाउनलोड कर रहे होते हैं और वो उसमें कुछ अगर वीडियो क्लिप्स आ जाए तो कोर्स डाउनलोड ही नहीं होता. कई मर्तबा आपको कनेक्ट करना पड़ता है, आपका जो आईएसपी प्रोवाइडर है, इंटरनेट सर्विस प्रोवाइडर जो है, वो स्पीड इतनी नहीं मिल रही होती. You get irritated. And naturally, as compared to that, a provider who gives you an efficient service with a reasonable cost, you would like to switch. अच्छा, switching की बात करते हुए देखिए ना, it's a competitive world. The companies have come up with a mobile phone where you can put 2 SIMs together. Whichever gives cheaper price in night, you will switch. Whichever gives cheaper price in the day, you will switch. You can't stop the innovation for customers. And now, in Pakistan, here comes a new trend that you will have the same telephone number, but you can switch the telecom provider, the service provider. Whoever will give the better service, same number. पहले तो ये होता था ना कि आपका नंबर चेंज करवाना पड़ता था. So my dear students, these are the trends, volatile trends of the market. Which company, which employee, which worker is knowledgeable and ready to, यानी ये कहना कि जी मेरा ये स्किल सेट तो मैं इतने सालों से काम करता आ रहा हूं और मेरे जितना एक्सपर्ट तो कोई है ही नहीं, it will no longer work. There could be a company, there could be a person, there could be a provider who knows better than you, smarter than you, and then the customers will switch and you won't even know. So better you know before the switch, get yourself equipped with those competencies and make those customers loyal and committed so they don't go away and you have your better market value. My dear students, नॉलेज मैनेजमेंट का फिर फोकस ये है ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के लिए कि हम अपना टेसिट और एक्सप्लिसिट नॉलेज को लोकेट करें. किसके पास, उसके डॉक्यूमेंट्स में, उसके ब्रेन में कौन सा नॉलेज है, कौन सी एक्सपर्टीज है. हु कैन डू द थिंग्स, हु कैन कम अप विद द बेस्ट प्रैक्टिस ऑफ मार्केटिंग, best practice of inventory, best practice of purchasing, best practice of delivery and transportation, best practice of relationship building. Who has it? Let's write it down. And then we will talk about the CKI model of Professor Nonaka, that how to put these things together so that the brains of different people, ये जो left side पे देखिए, different brains, different people working inside the company so that you can develop new ideas. यही पर्पस है नॉलेज मैनेजमेंट का. You can develop a new brand. You can solve the problems in an efficient way. जब आप प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर रहे होते हैं तो नॉलेज ही यूज कर रहे होते हैं, एक्सपर्टीज यूज कर रहे होते हैं. And of course, you can develop new core competencies so that you can achieve personal and society objectives. You can achieve the global competitiveness and you become market leader. So in other words, then to become market leader or to be part of the competitive market or to be achieving your objective at the personal level or at the society level, देखिए ना, सोसाइटी भी सफर करती है जब एक कंपनी मिलियंस ऑफ रुपीज इन्वेस्ट करने के बाद, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एस्टैब्लिश करने के बाद, 200-300 लोगों को जॉब देने के बाद, प्रोडक्ट उनका इनोवेटिव नहीं था, क्वालिटी का नहीं था, द कंपनी हैज टू क्लोज डाउन इट्स डोर्स. वो जो 200-300 फैमिलीज थी वो सफर करेंगी. किसी बैंक से लोन लिया होगा तो वो सोसाइटी सफर करेगी. वो जो इनकम टैक्स जा रहा था, इनकम टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट को जो इनकम टैक्स जा रहा था, जिसकी वजह से गवर्नमेंट को रेवेन्यू मिल रहा था, दैट विल ऑल्सो सफर. सो व्हाट वी आर लर्निंग हियर इज then the issues in knowledge management would be people issue, culture issue, and how can we enhance the conditions of the people, individuals, at the personal level and society level. And then of course, how can we improve the process? So people, process, and of course the third part is the infrastructure, the technology. And when we speak of the infrastructure, we are basically focusing on information and communication technology so we can manage the knowledge. And we will see when we're speaking of managing the knowledge, my knowledge could be information of yours, and your information could be simply data of a third person. It depends in what context you are giving that information and to whom it is concerned, and how that person or that organization who is concerned would like to add its expertise and experience to get a leverage and to get an advantage out of that information or knowledge. So in other words, the effective knowledge management, once again, is 80% based on the factors of the individual. जब हम इंडिविजुअल की बात कर रहे हैं, we are talking about people and organizational factors. ऑर्गेनाइजेशन भी नाम दीवारों का और मशीनरी का नहीं है. उनको भी जो कंपिटिटिव एडवांटेज मिल रहा है उन लोगों की वजह से है जो लोग वहां पर काम कर रहे हैं. और वो लोग भी सिर्फ हेड काउंट्स नहीं हैं, बल्कि उनके हेड में जो नॉलेज काउंट है, We need to exploit that. And of course, 20% is the ICT. In other words, the importance to make an effective knowledge management system and process, the factor which contributes 80% is the people part. And 20% is the technology part. Speaking of the people part then, people learn from outside environment. Remember, external information? External information kahan se aayegi? From customers, from suppliers, from vendors, from regulators, from financial institutions, from the external markets. Outside information. Political information, economic information, technological information, social information, cultural information. Consumer behavior information, consumer buying pattern information, consumer changing pattern information. All of this information is in the outside environment. So this insight of people getting information from the environment, of course, part of that information could be on the web portal. We are calling it knowledge base. Codified technology, explicit knowledge, that is also available to these people of the company. But then they bring it the new ideas, they create new knowledge. And on the basis of that new created knowledge, what benefits do the company get out of it? Let's take a look on it. What are the benefits of the organization when people come up after learning new ideas? They improve the existing processes. That is the first benefit which the organization get. अच्छा, जब process improve होगा और enhance होगा, तो क्या ख्याल है कि quality का product जो है उससे नहीं आएगा, quality increase नहीं होगी. A better quality process will always give you a better quality product. ये तो existing market को address करने के लिए हो गया. But the new ideas can be converted for the organization into new products, into new markets. The marketeers looking at the out information, coming up with the new idea, open up a new segment in the market. कौन लोग करेंगे? The people, the marketeer. Smarter problem solving. How to satisfy the customer if they come up with some problem. Value added innovation, value added products. And remember, when you add value, a company which adds better value, higher value, you're adding more know-how. Value उसी की बेस पे ऐड होगी ना. वरना तो आप देखिए, रॉ मटेरियल लिया, रॉ मटेरियल बेच दिया, धागा लिया, धागा बेच दिया. लेकिन धागे से जब आपने कपड़ा बनाया, वैल्यू ऐड हुई. कपड़े से जब आपने फिर गारमेंट्स बनाई, वैल्यू ऐड हुई. फिर गारमेंट्स के अंदर आप क्या नया डिजाइन लेकर आए, वैल्यू ऐड हुई. एंड स्पीकिंग ऑफ द न्यू डिजाइन, then you could be hitting a new market of your own, where nobody can challenge you. Value added products. Better customer service. Who can serve your customers much better, and the people will never walk away. Take a look on the banking sector in Pakistan. Compare months and years ago with now the utilities being served by the banks, that you can pay your utility bills through online payments of the banks. Better customer service. Technology आ गई ना, घर बैठे हुए आप अपना utility bill pay कर लें. Technology is playing a role. More efficient processes. And the last part, a benefit for the organization is you have more experienced staff. अच्छा, जो more experienced, अब ये जो experience है, ये क्या चीज है? ये experience आप कॉलेज यूनिवर्सिटी से तो नहीं लेकर आए थे. ये तो यही आपको कंपनी कि एनवायरमेंट ने उस इंफॉर्मेशन की बुनियाद पर जो आपने मार्केट से ली, उस कंपनी के कस्टमर्स की, यू यूज्ड योर एक्सपर्टीज, यू केम अप विद अ न्यू आइडिया टू सर्व देम बेटर, टू कम अप विद अ बेटर प्रोडक्ट, यू बिकम ऑल्सो मोर एक्सपीरियंस्ड. योर मार्केट वैल्यू ऑल्सो गोज अप. सो माई डियर स्टूडेंट्स, देन द नॉलेज एसेट्स ऑफ द फर्म, स्पीकिंग फ्रॉम द नॉलेज मैनेजमेंट परस्पेक्टिव, you can have an independent problem solving, integration of the external knowledge, integration of the internal knowledge. All right? But then what is in the future? Future is where the opportunities are. That is what knowledge management ka focus hai. how can you come up with a plan and a strategy and an innovation where you can apply the know-how of the employees of the company to come up with a better product, better featured product, better designed product, better innovative product or service. That brings in the continuous innovation and experimentation. जब आप अपने एम्प्लॉइज को एक्सपेरिमेंट नहीं करने देंगे, इनोवेशन कैसे आएगी? मिस्टेक्स तो होंगी, लेकिन देखिए मिस्टेक जो है वो भी तो आपके नो हाउ के अंदर इजाफा करती है ना. बेटर इज ए मैनेजर हु लेट यू डू an innovation in the process. Sometime you fail, but then next time you do it better. Your knowledge level, your confidence level, your experience level, your expertise level, your competency level gets increased. So that is what we are talking of, managing the competencies, managing the experiences, managing the expertise, so that we can leverage this for the organization and don't let them go. So my dear students, goal सिर्फ knowledge management का ये है कि how to improve institutional effectiveness through individual effectiveness. दोनों बातें हैं ना. मैंने कहा था ना कि नॉलेज मैनेजमेंट का गोल जो है सिर्फ इंस्टीट्यूशनल इफेक्टिवनेस नहीं है. इंस्टीट्यूशन और ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल और डिपार्टमेंटल और कंपनी इफेक्टिवनेस नहीं आ सकती, मेरा पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू है, जब तक वहां काम करने वाले लोग इंडिविजुअल्स इफेक्टिव ना हो. ऑफ कोर्स मीन इज बाय इंक्रीजिंग द इंटेलेक्चुअल स्पेशलाइजेशन एंड द एबिलिटी टू एक्ट. रिमेंबर वी सेड कैपेसिटी एंड कैपेबिलिटी. नॉलेज को प्रोफेसर स्वीबी ने डिफाइन किया था, इट इज योर पोटेंशियल एंड एबिलिटी टू एक्ट. आप भी अपनी डेफिनेशन दीजिए. आपकी क्लास के 3-4 स्टूडेंट्स विद सेम डिग्री, व्हेन दे गो टू द मार्केट, whoever is more able would be paid better price in the market. The one who can deploy and apply the knowledge learned in the class in a better way. Or naturally, speaking of the knowledge management, the tool is ICT as an enabler. तो गोया knowledge management के 3 एलिमेंट आपके सामने आए, people, process, technology. Technology is the enabler. और इसका एंड क्या है? Why do we want to do it? So we can have rational process for identifying new opportunities. Rational process, नहीं हम कोई आसमानी बातें नहीं कर रहे. Rational process of decision making, rational process of new product development, rational process of new market opportunities, rational process of new customer services. So we can have new opportunities. And whenever there is a new opportunity, it will bring more wealth and innovation and continuous improvement. इसलिए मैंने कहा था ना कि knowledge management could be a one step ahead of quality management. You're speaking of continuous improvement. You're speaking of profitability. You're speaking of efficiency. You're speaking of quality. Quality in decision making. Quality in market planning. Quality in customer service. We're going one step ahead of time and on the basis of the people's know-how working for the company. तो आइए फिर जरा लर्न करें कि when speaking of the people inside and people outside, how can we collect the data and become more wise? What is the process where system can be used, where the human capacity and human capability has to be used? And where you have to make a switch that using technology as an enabler and you would like to use employees of the organization as an engine of growth. Take a look on the wisdom. Wisdom is with the people. People will be the one who will make your company shine. People will be the one who will make your product shine. People will be the one who will make your company's stock shine in the stock market. और जिस कंपनी के स्टॉक्स शाइन करेंगे उनकी मार्केट वैल्यू बुक वैल्यू की निस्बत बहुत ज्यादा होगी. और आप में से जो अकाउंटिंग और फाइनेंस के स्टूडेंट हैं, आप मुझे बताइए कि जो गैप के स्टैंडर्ड्स हैं, जनरल अकाउंटिंग प्रिंसिपल्स जो हैं, उसमें आप कहां पर मार्केट जो वैल्यूएशन होती है, आप तो कहते हैं बुक वैल्यू 10 रुपए का शेयर, क्यों वो 40 रुपए का हो गया, क्यों 100 रुपए का हो गया? There has to be some innovation in that company. And take a look on that innovative company. Companies becoming more wiser. Those who learn from their customers, who learn from their employees, who learn from the process, and who get their markets and customers related as if they would learn and they will make them grow. So my dear students, then this hierarchy from data to wisdom. So in other words, the data is the sheer facts, what you can measure, bits and bytes, what you can store, what you can transfer. And then these facts are converted into information by adding value, by adding context. Put the data into context, you generate information. We'll take some examples. And then intelligence of the human beings, the workers, is added to generate new knowledge, to generate better knowledge, to generate better know-how, better process that make them wiser, that make the company wiser. तो जरा गौर कीजिएगा कि आप बॉटम अप अप्रोच से जो आ रहे हैं, you're going from more objective facts and data and numbers to less objective and more subjective. जब आप wisdom और knowledge की बात कर रहे हैं, it's more subjective, less objective. जब आप data की तरफ जा रहे हैं, volume is increasing, objectivity is coming. तो relationship तो है, लेकिन which one is more important, that's what we like to learn. When you go from data to knowledge, it is non-programmable. You cannot write a program for wisdom. ऐसा कोई प्रोग्राम अभी तक किसी कंप्यूटर ने नहीं लिखा कि जिसको यूज करके people will become more wiser. And take a look on the algorithm. Knowledge and wisdom is more heuristic, less algorithmic, non-algorithmic. And when you're going to the database system, database management systems or information systems, it's more algorithmic. You can come up with model, you can design databases, and once you design these databases, you can put different data tables together to generate the information, put the data in the context. That is the difference between data and knowledge, if we not talk about the wisdom for a minute. When you move towards, and especially the tacit knowledge, personal knowledge, it is non-programmable. बहुत मुश्किल है कि एक ही जुमला एक ही शख्स के मुंह से दोबारा रिपीट हो, non-programmable. कंप्यूटर को एक जुमला दे दीजिए, वो बार बार रिपीट करता रहेगा. It will not get bored. A person gets bored because person is more innovative. He will say the same thing with different words, different styles, different context, different meanings. That's why we are saying, let us depend on the knowledge in the heads of the human beings, which is more non-algorithmic, which is more non-programmable. So to deal with something which is non-algorithmic and non-programmable, अगर आप में से जो आईटी के स्टूडेंट्स हैं वो इसको अच्छी तरह समझ रहे होंगे कि इसकी एल्गोरिथम लिखी नहीं जा सकती, इसका प्रोसीजर, यानी कोई ऐसा प्रोसीजर नहीं है, कोई ऐसी रेसिपी नहीं है जो आपको दे दी जाए और कहा जाए कि ठीक है, आप फलां ऑपरेटर के पास, फलां मार्केटियर के पास, फलां सेल्स पर्सन के पास, फलां सिक्योरिटी गार्ड के पास आप जाइए और इस रेसिपी को फॉलो कीजिए और जो उसके पास इंफॉर्मेशन है वो आपको दे देगा. इट कैन वर्क विद मशीन्स. Algorithm is good with machine or with structured decision making. लेकिन innovation, better quality decisions comes from heuristic approach. And heuristic approach is the property of the human beings. Take a look, my dear students. See the difference between the system part and the people part. Value is added when the information is converted into knowledge. Same information given to a 10 years old human being compared to 20 years old human being compared to 50 years old human being. The knowledge generated out of that information would be same or different? Different. Experience is making the difference. Experience किसका? Value addition point है ना? Value कहां पे add हो रही है? जहां experience, expertise, competencies, know-how of the individual is going to play a role. इसका मतलब यह हुआ कि फिर speaking of the organizations and the companies, you can have the best database management system available from the shelf. You can have your software engineers develop an excellent information systems, or you can buy it from the market. It's not going to give you the competitive advantage. Competitive advantage system तो देखिए दूसरे लोग भी खरीद सकते हैं. यही हमने कहा था ना कि जो डॉलर आपके पास है दूसरों को भी मिल सकते हैं, जो टेक्नोलॉजी आपके पास है दूसरों को भी मिल सकती है, जो इंफॉर्मेशन सिस्टम दूसरों के पास है आप भी एक्वायर कर सकते हैं. लेकिन क्या उसकी बेस पर कैन यू कम अप विद ए बेटर वैल्यूड प्रोडक्ट और सर्विस? नो. That is where the value addition comes in. The people who are using that information, they will add their hindsight, they will add their insight, they will come up with the foresight. उनकी नजर माजी के ऊपर, किसकी? लोगों की. उनकी नजर हाल के ऊपर. What is the present condition of the market? What is the present condition of employee? What is the competency level of our company? And foresight, future. So in other words, people part is more important. And that is what raises the personal capital of the individual. Individuals ka personal capital increase hoga. Remember we said we want to achieve institutional effectiveness through individual effectiveness. मैं इसलिए कहता हूं कि पर्सनल कैपिटल ग्रो करेगा तो ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल कैपिटल भी ग्रो करेगा. दोनों के अंदर डायरेक्ट प्रोपोर्शनेशन है. दे आर डायरेक्टली रिलेटेड टू ईच अदर. मैं इसीलिए बार बार आपसे भी रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं कि प्लीज अपने पर्सनल कैपिटल को ग्रो कीजिए. सी व्हाट न्यू नॉलेज यू कैन acquire, learn, create with the information around you, in the newspaper, in the company, on the web, or what you hear, what you observe, what you see. Be vigilant. Value addition is where you will play your role. Let's take a look from a different perspective. Data you can code, bits and bytes, explicit, no confusion. When you write A, it is understood A. When you write 2, it is understood 2. When you say age of the customer is 25, gender is female, fine, understandable, easily transferable. I can send this bits and pieces wherever you like. मैंने simply वो data table ही attach करना है ना. Table of the age, table of the price, table of the inventory. I'll simply attach it and send it to you. Codable. Data in numbers, data in text, data in audio, data in video. सारी फाइलें हैं ना. अल्फा न्यूमेरिक जिसको आप कहते हैं, नंबर एंड टेक्स्ट. MP3, MP4 वे फाइल्स आ गई, ऑडियो फाइल्स. कंप्रेस कर दीजिए, जहां मर्जी उसको ट्रांसफर कर लीजिए. Same is the case with video. You can compress it. यही हमने कहा था ना कि knowledge is compressible. Diffusible की बात हुई थी, लेकिन ये भी हमने बात की थी कि it is compressible. Now information is data with the context. You have the table of the ages, but when a basketball coach is looking at the data of the students and their ages, he will also like to see a data table of the students, of the height of the students. Data with the context. कौन देख रहा है? बास्केटबॉल का कोच. क्यों? इसलिए कि वो एज को भी देखेगा और हाइट को भी देखेगा. बास्केटबॉल के अंदर हाइट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. He knows from his expertise that I'm looking at this information. I need those students with a height of maybe 6.5 and more. Knowledge is the knowledge of the coach, of the experience, which is contextual, which is personal, which is tacit, and its transfer is not automatic. Its transfer needs learning. बास्केटबॉल के कोच से अगर किसी दूसरे शख्स ने एक्सपर्टीज हासिल करनी है, उसे उससे लर्न करना होगा. मास्टर एंड अप्रेंटिस. वो जो छोटा है ना, वो जो उस्ताद से लर्न कर रहा होता है, छोटा इज अप्रेंटिस. इंटर्नशिप. उस्ताद कौन है? मास्टर. हमारे ईस्टर्न कल्चर में तो ये बहुत पुरानी लर्निंग मेथोडोलॉजी है. एग्जैक्टली यही चीज है मास्टर एंड अप्रेंटिस. ये जो बिजनेस स्कूल में आप इंटर्नशिप करते हैं, दैट इज व्हाट यू आर लर्निंग फ्रॉम द मास्टर्स, फ्रॉम द पीपल हु आर मोर एक्सपीरियंस इन द मार्केट. आप में से जो एमबीबीएस हैं, जो हाउस जॉब करते हैं, किताबें पढ़ ली. नाउ यू वर्क विद सीनियर डॉक्टर्स इन द हॉस्पिटल. व्हेन यू ट्रीट द पेशेंट, you learn on the job. Transfer needs learning. Knowledge, which was tacit, will be transferred through learning, people contact. And of course, it will make you more intelligent. Let's take a look from a different perspective now. We said data is facts and figures. 246, temperature is 25, height is 6 inches, rather 6.6 inches. Figures. ठीक है. Information is the data with context. Let's take an example from the marketing perspective. Fact and figure ये है कि पिछले क्वार्टर के अंदर, or let's say the first quarter of this year, the sale was 5,000. Sale of a product A is 5,000. That's a fact. You know that the 5,000 products have been sold. You know the revenue has been generated. You know that the inventory has gone down. Inventory table में 5,000 सेल हो गई. Revenue table के अंदर 5,000 की कीमत वसूल हो गई. ठीक है, फैक्ट है. ऐसा तो नहीं होगा ना कि इन्वेंट्री के अंदर भी रिडक्शन ना हुई हो और रेवेन्यू के अंदर इंक्रीज ना हुआ हो. फिगर बता रही. लेकिन इंफॉर्मेशन ये है डेटा विद कॉन्टेक्स्ट. ऑलराइट, फर्स्ट क्वार्टर ऑफ दिस ईयर द सेल इज 5,000. फर्स्ट क्वार्टर ऑफ लास्ट ईयर सेल वाज 4,000. Oh, good. Our sale has gone up. You create a new information. Let's go to knowledge. Now, this is the information with meaning. This will be the information when you will put it into action. अच्छा जी, ये जो sale increase हुई, why? Was it a better quality? Was it more customer loyalty? Was it a better brand image? Let's find it out. That is the complete responsibility of a marketeer. That's the human involvement. Information with meaning. We made a decision to add this feature to the product. The sale went up. So then let us add more features so the next quarter our sale should go higher. Wisdom is knowledge with insight. What did you learn from it? That makes you wiser. Another way of looking at it, my dear students, data and information is, please take a look, computer based. But from data to wisdom and understanding, it's all human based. Let's take another example. इसलिए कि मैं ये चाहूंगा कि आप डेटा, इंफॉर्मेशन और नॉलेज कम से कम इन तीनों के अंदर डिफरेंशिएट कर सकें. ये केक आपको नजर आ रहा होगा. केक किस चीज से बनता है मुझे बताने की जरूरत नहीं है. उसमें फ्लावर होगा, आटा होगा, या मैदा कह लीजिए, शुगर होगी, बटर होगा, इंग्रेडिएंट्स, and they are all available in the market. No fancy thing about it. Anybody can buy. So the data is the ingredients in the cake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. अब जिसमें चॉकलेट भी है, वॉलनट भी है, हेजलनट भी है, आलमंड भी है, just keep on adding the ingredient. Anybody can buy. Data is the ingredient in the cake. ठीक है, बाजार से खरीद लाइए. Information क्या है? What order of these ingredients would be there to mix them? Recipe, procedure. How you will mix them? Ingredients are available. so that you can make a cake. लेकिन ये रेसिपी भी, अगर मैंने कहा था ना नॉलेज लीक हो जाता है, ये रेसिपी भी किसी को मिल गई, ये नॉलेज चला गया, अब ये एक दूसरे शख्स की इंफॉर्मेशन बन गई। इंफॉर्मेशन तो उसकी बन गई, उसके पास एक्सपीरियंस और एक्सपर्टीज नहीं है। किसी का केक मैंने कहा था 100 रुपए का बिकता है, किसी का केक 1 रुपए का बिकता है। पता नहीं 1 रुपए का केक आता नहीं, चलिए 5 और 500 की मिसाल ले लीजिए। सेम इंग्रेडिएंट, नॉलेज भी लीक हो गया, इंफॉर्मेशन भी आपके पास आ गई, एक्सपीरियंस नहीं आया। दैट इज वेयर द नॉलेज कम्स, दैट हाउ द केक विल फील। बनाने वाला, वो जो बेकर है, बनाने वाला, उसको बनाने से पहले उसको पता है कि ये चॉकलेट और वॉलनट है, ये चॉकलेट और कोकोनट है, ये आलमंड और वनीला है, ये केक कैसा लगेगा, कैसा इसको लगना चाहिए, उसके माइंड में डिजाइन है, टेस्टेड नॉलेज है उसका। हाउ द केक विल फील व्हेन इट इज डन, ही नोज इट इवन बिफोर इट इज कुक्ड। सो माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, नाउ द नॉलेज इन दिस केस इज इंफॉर्मेशन इन एक्शन। वो नॉलेज माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स जो लीक हो गया, वो उसकी दूसरे शख्स की इंफॉर्मेशन बन गई, लेकिन वो उतना एक्सपीरियंस्ड बेकर नहीं था। उसके केक की वो प्राइस नहीं होगी जो प्रीमियम प्राइस है, जो एक एक्सपीरियंस्ड बेकर की है। और एक्सपीरियंस क्या चीज है? उसका टेस्टेड नॉलेज। उसने उस टेस्टेड नॉलेज को रेसिपी की सूरत में लिख कर रखा था, वो लीक हो गया, वो किसी की इंफॉर्मेशन बन गई, लेकिन केक की क्वालिटी वो नहीं आई। See the difference between data and information and knowledge. I'll give another example before we close the session. Data is a financial statement 20345. Data है। जो शख्स स्टॉक एक्सचेंज के साथ रिलेट नहीं कर रहा या शेयर्स का कारोबार नहीं करता, उसके लिए ये डाटा जो है मीनिंगलेस है। इंफॉर्मेशन ये बता रही है कि फाइनेंशियल एनालिसिस स्टेटमेंट है ये 20345 और ये कंपनी है एबीसी। ओके, दिस इज द फाइनेंशियल एनालिसिस स्टेटमेंट ऑफ कंपनी एबीसी एन इंफॉर्मेशन। अब जो शख्स स्टॉक एक्सचेंज में शेयर का कारोबार नहीं कर रहा, उसके लिए इंफॉर्मेशन भी मीनिंगलेस है। लेकिन जो स्टॉक एक्सचेंज में शेयर्स का कारोबार कर रहा है, फाइनेंशियल एनालिस्ट, बिजनेस एनालिस्ट, when he will look at this information, he will compare this information with company XYZ. He will compare this information of the past history of this company. Then he will make a decision, should I buy these shares of this company or not? Is this company shares going down or is this company share going up? See how the data and information and knowledge is related with each other? When you speak of knowledge, you bring in the human component. अपने तौर पे कुछ और एग्जाम्पल सोचिए। इस ट्रायो को डाटा टू इन्फो टू के लर्न कीजिए। मैं आपको और अगले सेशन के शुरू में कुछ एग्जांपल्स दूंगा, बिकॉज आई वांट टू मेक श्योर दैट यू अंडरस्टैंड द डिफरेंस बिटवीन डाटा स्टोर्ड इन डेटाबेसेस, information when you 2-3 types of data, put it together in a context, you generate an information. And then you put your experience, expertise, your style of decision making, your heuristic, your innovation, and you look at information in a different way and you make a decision. And that decision brings profitability for you at the individual level and profitability for the company at the organizational level. फिर लोग कहते हैं, ओह भाई ये फलां शख्स ने फाइनेंशियल एनालिसिस की थी, इसको तो फिर फौरी तौर पे प्रमोशन मिलनी चाहिए और इसको इंक्रीमेंट मिलनी चाहिए और इसको भाई कुछ बेनिफिट भी मिलना चाहिए. So knowledge is bringing an opportunity for you at the personal level and also for the organization. Thank you very much, my dear students, and we'll continue on, but please think about it and develop a concept that going from system level data and information to people level component and the property of people into knowledge, where you are adding value. Thank you very much, and until next session, Khuda Hafiz.